They said bridge tender in that house, in that middle.
I have to move you on the other side. Still going.
Over on this side is where we can.
Look at him.
Superior. Leo, what's outside? You don't know the world's largest freshwater lake by surface area. It has surface area that touches the number spot is just shy of 32,000 square miles.
You can see the other side on this side because we're closer out there.
For everyone on the planet. I still would wait for that water to warm up a little bit before you jump into one of your new pools. This is
We walked it when I got it. A lot to walk. You did that a lot when you had dogs.
Yeah.
special.
I guess, and that was a captain's salute. One long, two short, sort of a nautical high five between both. Just next day, Kirby Resort was opened in 2016. They've got 140 rooms in there, a banquet hall, a marina, and a sauna, all on that little 7.4-acre property. Of course, it's just jumping in the lake. They did purchase these 80-foot silos next to it. They used to hold powdered cement until the powdered cement took over 2 days to do the same. So I think it's kind of ironic or maybe symbolic that it's right next to elevator A, one of our oldest grain terminals.
Pretty much all of this, like,
They do important work because it rang them 21. And JD Ford was a And so speaking of cranes, not as large but just as mighty, this yellow tech crane here marks the Superior Maritime Fuel Terminal. So this is our gas station here in the harbor. And it's here where they can store about 560,000 gallons of fuel. And they can pump a ship, depending on what it's carrying, how big it is, wind, all those sorts of factors. A ship can burn between 25 and 40. When you think about it that way, ships are actually 6 times more fuel efficient than trains, and about 60 times more fuel efficient than transporting things via trucks. And so that's why you'll see boats come in from all the way from across the ocean, all the way through the locks up to here. Of hull, whereas on the business dock, you're typically got about 7 to 8 feet, depending on how fully loaded we are. So that extra little bit of hull, of course, in conjunction with their over 2,000 horsepower diesel engines, gives them the leverage to push or pull even the largest of ships. So this is kind of a lucrative business. These workloads also do ice breaking work, but ships keep trying to avoid Holland burn assistance because they'll run you about $1,500, and a lot of the times the vessels that need this type of assistance typically need one at the bow and one at the stern. of the